Hello everyone, I'm John Hurley, widely regarded as the fattest of the Hurley brothers. Thank you, I'm aware of that. On behalf of my brothers and my two sisters, Jim and Rosanita, welcome. As you've no doubt gathered, Tom has gone with the standard 5-man best man formation. We call this the flying V in the wedding industry. We're gonna go in age order here, right? So it'll be myself, followed by Joe Baptiste. Joe Baptiste. If I'm you guys, I'm probably freaking out right now about a 30-minute best man speech. I promise you, we are on a strict 3-minute shot clock per man. If Pete goes too long, we're just gonna tell him my mom has some yard work to do. He generally scampers off to the city quickly when he hears that. So, important to say, a gigantic thank you to the Vaughns. Tonight is ridiculous. But we are here to talk about Thomas Morton Hurley. TT, you may want to grab a cold beer. So, as Tom's only older brother, I figured it made sense to tell a story about when Tom was but a wee lad. Thank you, Coach. So here's the deal. Many of you know Tom's nickname, which is, of course, the greatest mass marketer in the family. This is a self-proclaimed nickname. Tom got this nickname, right, because he basically steals our jokes and he repeats them ad nauseum. To quote Tom, yeah, you may have technically made it up, but I made it famous. So, what nobody knows is the backstory to this nickname, right? You gotta go all the way back to when we were all but wee lads, and TT entered into the waters. He created his own first joke. Tom's first joke, it's literally hard to even say. He would just yell the word toast. There was no context. It literally meant nothing. And he would say it to anything that you would say. Yes. Right, it wasn't even said in like a human voice. He would go like, cash. This reached the height of its horror when my mom and dad, in their infinite wisdom, piled us all into a 15-passenger van to drive to the state of Florida to go to Disney World. Tom was in like full-blown toast mode. He'd be like, hey boys, we're passing the state of North Carolina. Toast! Would anyone like to watch Mrs. Doubtfire again? Toast! Needless to say, Tom was pretty much banned. Tom is banned from creating his own material from that point forward. He just started stealing our jokes and repeating them to anyone that would listen. As Jen said, up to 3 times in under a minute. What I'm trying to say is the Hurley brothers could not be more thankful for Leslie Vaughn than Hurley. Leslie, you were the best thing that's ever happened to us. My brother Joe.
was our first shot clock violation. So easily, one of our favorite aspects of Tom's nature is his all or nothing personality. He's either on the bandwagon or completely off. He needed to pick a best man, he picked 5. He's either dieting to fit into his skinny jeans or splitting a cheesesteak and fries with gators. He goes all in and we love him for it. Perhaps nothing demonstrates this better than his favorite move in lacrosse, the Rusty Gate. The Rusty Gate is a move in lacrosse that is so risky, coaches absolutely hate it. But if you execute it well, it can ignite a fast break and really change the momentum of the game. So being an all-or-nothing guy and a hell of a defenseman, TT loved the Rusty Gate. He loved it so much that he would demonstrate it for us every single night in the kitchen growing up, step by step. For those unaware of the move, the fattest Hurley is also the worst athlete in the family. And he will probably be doing it on the dance floor in about 20 minutes. To come back to tonight, TT went all in one more time. He went all in with Leslie. And he hit an absolute home run. The 5 of us are thrilled and are confident this is going to ignite great things for both of you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Joe. So while TT might be the second from a birth order perspective, he's also been a trailblazer and a man of many firsts in the Hurley household. So what I want to do tonight is just share a couple of those examples. One is music. Tom has an eye for spotting talent and identifying up-and-coming artists. He done told y'all about Drizzy Drake when y'all was in diapers. Another is fashion. He's been a guy who's willing to test the boundaries of what's acceptable. Has anybody seen his awesome dinner jacket tonight? Fun fact, not sure if you're familiar with the term, but it was actually created in the Hurley household. 1 fedora per crew. TT was our guy. And threefold is on the dance floor, right? So if you guys have you ever laid eyes on a family home video, Tom was an early impersonator of Michael Jackson. And so TT, really learning from the Prince of Pop himself, has kind of paved the way for the rest of us. And so from the Prince of Pop, to the pin drop, TT has inspired the younger bunch here to really make everything their own. Tom, continue to set the watermark high, continue to be a driver, keeping us absolutely up to date on the new trends. You set the bar extremely high tonight with an absolute smoke show of a bride here. Couldn't be happier for both of you.
So, growing up, one of the many things that I admired about Tom was and is his competitive nature.
How competitive is Tom, Pete?
Well, John, I'm glad you asked. To truly paint the picture, I have to draw a comparison of a post-game interview a couple years back when Richard Sherman of the Seattle Seahawks shouted into the mic, and I quote, "Don't you ever disrespect me. When you come at me, you come at the best." These are the exact words that I heard Tom say when he broke up a pass on Ronan Finley and the annual Cousin Turkey Bowl a couple years back. For those of you who don't know, Ronan Finley was 6 at the time. Growing up in a household of 7 kids and 6 boys, the competitive juices were always flowing. And from that, the Hurley brother power rankings were born. Now, we all have had our fun through the years of who stood where in any given year in the power rankings. Tom was always sure to make his case as to why he should be at the top. Tom, it is with great pleasure to formally announce that tonight, the move of locking down Leslie has slotted you number 1 in the Hurley. I'm so happy for you guys. Congratulations.
Wow. Wow. Talk about a skit to follow up with. Honestly, how do I follow with these 4 fine gentlemen? But regardless, I'm Jim. Living out in Los Angeles. It's, great to be here. Great to fly back in the city. But contrary to popular belief, I am not the first actor/model of the family. Tom actually takes the role of both those titles of, profession. So it's actually kind of funny. Tom has always been the man to be an individual, to march to the beat of his own drum, to be himself and always rock that role. But what a lot of people don't realize is that Tom actually has a soft side.
Yep, that's true.
Tom is kind of a weakling. Tom does not play by the rules. I mean, we've seen it all. If you know this family well, you see Tom the way he acts with Gator, an old bear dog. But he is the only man I know to ever own a piranha, a fish, an Amazonian killing fish. And this man loved it to the T. And whether Tom has, all his attributes, you love it because he shares it with a girl like Leslie.
Yep.
He shares all his, his knowledge, his characteristics, his mentality, his everything. And you absolutely have to love that. And from a younger brother perspective, you absolutely have to love everything he brings to the table. And a table that Leslie sits at.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Leslie sits at this table, right? And what's beautiful is that, they're going to continue to make each other laugh, make each other cry, make each other, challenge each other, continue to be in each other's lives. But Tom, I'm so happy, and from the whole brother's perspective, we are here, and we can't wait to see, the limits you guys reach together. And we're gonna go. So, here's Tom and Leslie. John, take it away. So we're going to go with a wedding first here. Well, I'm going to ask everybody here to join me in a quick toast to Tom and Leslie. On the count of 3, please give me your best toast. 1, 2, 3, toast! Thank you, everybody.